The Smart Alec Show podcast.
Smart Alec Show, baby! What's the Blue Out tradition you started at University of Michigan?
Oh, the Blue Out. So I grew up, my folks went to Michigan. I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but my folks went to Michigan, and my grandparents went to Michigan. So I grew up rooting and cheering for and following World Wolverine sports, Michigan football. And I had gone into college with a sense of, I really want to work in entertainment PR because I thought it would be exciting and fun and get me out of Albuquerque. And so I had done a lot of internships that were entertainment PR related. And the summer before my senior year, I was finishing up my internship in New York with 20th Century Fox. And I went in the last day to talk to the big boss and say, thank you for this opportunity. And what more can I be doing so that when I get out of school, I'm hireable? I want to make sure I get the right kind of job. I set myself up for success. And I, at that point, had done a lot of internships and I hustled pretty hard. And she said, look, you've already done everything you need to do to sort of position yourself in this industry, but go do something. Just do something, anything that you're passionate about, and do that. And I was like, what does that mean? What am I supposed to do? Okay, thank you very much. But so I left there kind of feeling like, what is that supposed to mean? And I don't really know what that wasn't specific enough. And I was really ready to take an assignment and run with it.
For sure.
But I got back to Michigan. I started the year, and it was the second week of school, and I was in a class with a couple of friends, one of whom had just come back from visiting her boyfriend at Texas A&M, where Texas A&M has this thing called the Maroon Out. And she was telling us about it, and she was like, it was amazing. Everybody was wearing maroon. It was so powerful, all these things. And we said, why don't we do anything like that here? This is the biggest stadium in the country, one of the most storied fan bases in college football history, winningest program of all time. What are we doing wrong here? And so the three of us decided we were going to do it for Michigan. And just like that, snapped into action. And in, I think, 4 to 5 weeks, the game, we decided to do it for the biggest home game of the year, which that year was Michigan State, not Ohio State. It was, and we pulled together this movement around, we created the Blue Out, sort of, where it's go blue, go blue, beat MSU. I had a friend who was a graphic design student. He designed a logo. I wrote a press release. We knew somebody who knew the football coach and were able to get a quote from him. And then started this groundswell of movement. We started working with the athletic department. They supported us. We started connecting with the Alumni Association. They were helping us put the word out. I was putting on my PR hat and doing interviews with the Detroit News and all of these places. And we produced a t-shirt. And we were physically standing on street corners. We got volunteers to sell these t-shirts. We sold 4,000 t-shirts in 2 weeks on the corners of campus, and took, planning to use that money towards the next Blue Out. So, we ended up winning the game, and it was a really just incredible experience. And so that, you looked around the stadium, we went with blue instead of maize because we sort of decided it was gonna be cold. More people were likely to have a blue jacket than a yellow one.
It just works. It makes
sense. So we did that, and then the athletic department saw what a massive success it was, and that there was an opportunity for that. And so then they decided to create a season T-shirt for the students that sold the season ticket packages. And I was on there, and I got invited to advise and sort of be on a committee with them the following semester, my last semester of college, to help shape what that would look like for the future of Michigan students. So it's a tradition that still goes today. Every year, the students can buy a unique season ticket T-shirt, and it's different every year. And I think they alternate. I think they do Blue Outs sometimes. I think they do maize outs. But I started that in 2002.
Awesome.
The coolest thing I've ever done, frankly.
18 years. So all my friends over at Michigan, all you Wolverines over there, you know who you have to thank. Rebecca, she's the one that started the tradition that's still going strong. So very awesome to have done that, in your undergrad career. Cool.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I told that story about my internship because really what ended up happening was that became this thing I was so passionate about. And I went to the mat for it, and I was taking 5 classes, and I was working in a restaurant, and I was doing this.
Doing it all.
And it was the most incredible experience. We made so much happen with it. And at the end of it, I had made this portfolio of all the press clippings and all the photos and everything about it. And I had it on my resume. And when I went out for my interviews, I had all these internships in entertainment and entertainment PR. And every single person who interviewed me said, what's the Blue Out? Talk to me about that. And so I got to express something that I was passionate about, show that I have passion, so that I have follow through, so that I have, take initiative, and I'm a self-starter, and I know how to work hard, and I know how to make things happen. So by focusing on something that was topically really interesting to me and exciting to me, and I was very passionate, deeply passionate about Michigan football, I was able to then create a work experience that made me more hireable, that was more unique and set me apart, even though it wasn't about entertainment or entertainment PR. So after the fact, I was able to look back on it and go, oh, I know what she meant now. I know what she meant.
Absolutely. And I think you made some good points there. Like for anyone listening that wants to get into the space, like showing that you have passion, initiative, and you can be a self-starter and, using that stuff to set yourself apart. I think that's huge. So yeah, thank you. That's an awesome story. And it's cool to see it. Like when you see it on TV, you see the games and, everyone's in blue out, to think that you're the one behind that. What do you think? Like, you see a game on TV, or you go back over to Michigan and maybe attend a game. Like, what do you think when you see that? Like, what's the feeling?
Oh, just immense pride and joy. I mean, I think, to leave any kind of legacy anywhere is exciting, and to leave something that significant. And, my name will be lost to the annals of history, but that tradition will continue. And that is a big deal to me. And, so yeah, it just feels great. I'm incredibly proud of it. Again, it wasn't like an original idea, but no one had done it there before, so we ran with it, made it happen.
You made it your own, and those Aggies, we don't like them over there, so the blue out's definitely better than the maroon out they got.
There you go. There you go.
Don't be such a smart Alec.